You know what drives me absolutely insane? The fucking old school news media. It's a dying art. It's not even an art. It's just like this some bullshit with a teleprompter in front of the people, and they just act all fake and robotic and shit. Like, it doesn't it just drive people nuts? Like, the authenticity that everybody looks for in this world is just like it's lacking in so many areas, and like one of the biggest areas that I've ever seen since I was a kid is in the news where, they have to be all perfectly back straight up. Oh my god, reading the teleprompter. Oh no, it's got to be so perfect. We got to get the news story right. It's one thing's off, you're going to get fired. It's just like, this isn't how you act in real life. Just all like, tonight on the news, a little da da da. Like, no, that's not how that works. It's just a bunch of bullshit, man. It's no wonder why that's dying. People are going to be turning towards YouTube, turning towards other means. Obviously the objective nature of journalism is fucking dead for the most part for so many different people. They're getting so desperate where they need to make up headlines and make up different stories and everything like that. You know, like so many, like even some of the reputable ones. Like the ones that were quote unquote reputable at one point in time, whether it was CNN or Fox or Global or CBC or CTV. You know, some of them obviously might be better than others, but at the end of the day, it's all the same fucking bullshit. They're gonna be running all these dumbass fucking stories, making no goddamn sense. They're running stories for fun almost that are just completely biased. Completely biased in one way or another every time. Every time I watch something like that. Like, who wants to sit there and watch some random motherfucker talk about some random goddamn bullshit when he doesn't even look like he's real about it? You know what I mean? He's all robotic and shit. It's like saying how somebody died, and then he's like, then he switches his position to the next camera angle. And it's like, why is every fucking news station like that? Why do they always have the same transition, the same boring stuff? Like, oh, tonight with the weather, we go over to the weather guy, girl, whatever, and then you swing back and you start talking about all this bullshit that's being jam-packed in 15 minutes. Some kid got run over, some fucking, and then they just, they instead of focusing on that story, they're like, nope, we got a time crunch, we gotta move over, you know what I mean? And it's just such a fake look where they're like this, they're so serious, oh my god, so serious. Like, no, like, it's just a bunch of bullshit. Like, it's way better. There's the reason why podcasts are getting so huge now, obviously, too. It's just, like, long form. Like, have you ever seen an interview on some of these news places? They, like, give the guy, like, or girl, like, fucking three ridiculously, like, biased questions that are, like, meant to pry out, like, information or to sway something in a certain way so they can write something about it, at their own bias. With their own bias. Like, it's such a joke, really, when you actually think about it, and then they wonder why that so many of these people have a preference towards the long form media and would rather talk to an ordinary person than be involved with some news media organization that's just going to be biased and fucking pitting shit against them, right? There's always some blame, whatever. If it bleeds, it leads. That whole quote and everything like that. Well, it definitely damn well works with like news media now. That's in the old school news media because it's dying. People are caring less and less about it. Like, you tell me one kid that's growing up that gives a flying fuck about CNN and Fox and ABC and all this stupid fucking news shit. That's like, no. They're gonna get their information online. They're gonna get their information elsewhere. They're not gonna be looking at bullshit like that. God damn, it's such a goddamn joke. Like, I don't even understand why the fuck they even post shit. It's like, I get it. I get it. You need to get information out there, right? If it's a negative story, it's more likely, it's unfortunate, right? If it's a negative story, it's more likely to be shared, it's more likely to be talked about. And then they got these little panels and everything like that. Oh, let's see what Susie Q cares about when it comes to puppies. Like, no, nobody gives a fuck. Like, seriously, you put these fucking guys on here, this stupid little panel. It's like, okay, let's put the lions in the cage. Okay, we'll put the lions in the cage. They all start fucking arguing. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. They're gonna start arguing and doing all that stuff. It's just so funny to see this whole thing set up. You see a bunch of dopes arguing on TV over some bullshit. Over some useless stuff that's just whatever. It's just like, I'd rather hear something that's really informative from somebody who's being real and authentic, and just like someone who's like talking about their day-to-day life and like what they're doing. Hearing that opinion, that approach, even if it's something that I don't agree on, because I do think, by the way, that it's important to take things from all angles, right? If there's something you don't agree on, still try to understand that perspective and understand where they're coming from. That's the bottom line when it comes to that. And it's good to have it covered down at all angles. But the biggest point of what's missing is most definitely the fact that people don't want to fucking watch that anymore. It's most definitely the authentic nature of humans and what you actually want to hear people talk about, right? I mean, I'd rather hear somebody talk for 45 minutes about a whole bunch of interesting shit rather than some biased news media fucking bullshit that's like, like, oh my god, some of those shows. I'm just going off here, but yeah, I would just rather have something that's got more substance to it, something that's got a lot more balls to it, got more excitement to it. Just the real information. There's so much fake fucking information that's being spread around here. It's just like, it's laughable. And it's also laughable, these miserable fucks. They just walk around and fucking listen to this shit all the time, and they consume it left, right, and center. And then they wonder why their lives are all miserable. It's like, who gives a shit about what this fucking person did to that fucking person when you're still buttering your toast the same way in the goddamn morning? It's like, yeah, okay, you want to care about everything, that's cool. But first of all, let's get the information and the facts right. You're not going to get the information and the facts right, then fuck, you're already lost, bud. You're fucking screwed. So, I mean, I don't even know what these people are coming from sometimes. But, yeah, bottom line is, I guess this is my rant. I'm really frustrated with, obviously, old school news media and how it's a dying platform and everything like that. And I just think it's way smarter to go the route of getting your news from as factual of a source as possible, and to think with your own fucking brain. Like, seriously, god damn it, people in their fucking little weasel ass peanut brains, like, little tic tac up there, But people are smarter than that. I'd like to think. I really do like to think that, but it's hard to actually believe when you see the people that eat up some of the bullshit. But all right, one of those things. You just gotta take that news with a grain of salt. Form your own fucking opinions, not what everyone else tells you, not what the group think feel of everything tells you. Just what you think, and have some common sense. Is something that's really lacking with a lot of people. Just that level of common sense and good nature and kindness, and you just bring that all out into one big ball of awesome, and we wouldn't have to fucking worry as much about dumbasses all the time, especially those fucking drivers on the road, God damn it. Going 35 in a 60 zone. Get the fuck. Your head is shaky, Anyway. I'm going off topic now, but that's my rant about authenticity in the news. But I hope you stay real, and I'll stay caveman.